Hey guys, what's up? Rob Mods here. Want to bring you another guide tonight. This is one that's been long awaited, and I know it's something that a lot of people want more information about and want to utilize better, and so I'm looking forward to talking about it. And I'm not going to get into a lot of depth this video about really specifics of the market in terms of like items that I sell and how to make gems cheaper and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to save that for a little bit later, and it's probably going to be a little bit more in depth. But for this one, I just want to take a bit of time to go over the basics of market and what you're looking for, what to avoid, and hopefully just give you like a super basic outline of market, and later on we can go into some depth at some point in the future. So let's move on over to market. So it should be found in your city. Someone asked me why they can't find it. I don't know if there's a certain level that you unlock it at. That was a long time ago, but eventually it'll be down here on the bottom left. So let's go to market. So there's 3 different sections here, or 4 different sections, I guess. So let's start over at the far left. So here, when you begin, you're only going to have 1 market slot. So you can only buy, sell, or have a guild offer. And eventually you're going to want to unlock all of these. The more that you have open, the more offers that you can have out, or things that you're requesting or whatever. So it's just going to make it a lot easier for you to make money. Don't take anything of these items. It's just random stuff that I had extra that I'm just trying to get rid of. It's not going to give you any insights into making money. So don't think too much about that, I promise. So first off, let's look at guild requests. When you go in here and you can create guild requests, the one on the bottom, you can request items once per day, once every 24 hours, and anyone in your guild can just fulfill that for you. So it's not that you can do it constantly, but it's a way that you can throw some money to a guildmate or help them out with a certain item. Next, let's talk about requests. So you can do a request, or you can also search through the requests. A lot of people will use this function just to get items cheaper. Like, let's say you need a certain component for an item that you're crafting, but it's really expensive. You can just put it in here, request it for a lower price, and eventually you'll probably get it. You might request components for cheaper or whatever it is that you need. So generally, these requests will always be cheaper than offers. Keep in mind, they put in a new function recently where if the price of a request is higher than the price of an offer, automatically that item will sell. It'll transition. So you're never going to find an item that's offered and be able to buy it and sell it immediately for more in request. So don't even try it. Automatically that item will sell, and that transaction will be made within the system. Nobody has to do anything. So that's cool. At least you don't have to worry about that. So in this here, you can search for anything that you want, any type of item or element that you want. You can do the tier that it is, the rarity that it is, and if it has enchants on it or not, and also other types of items. So people have asked me, how do you tell what the gold to gem ratio is right now? How do I know what that looks like? And what the heck are you talking about? So let me show you what I am talking about. So we're going to go into elements here really quick. We're going to look at normal tier 7s. So these items, this is a pretty average price for what these are. These items used to be the highest enchants that you could have, the highest value. And so these used to sell when the game first came out for 10 to 12 gems each. But as you can see, they're 2 and 3 gems each right now. So what I'm saying is that you used to be able to get a gem for about 30,000. You could buy an item for 260k or 300k and sell it for 10 gems. And so it was very easy to make gems. The price was a lot cheaper. But now, look at this. If you sold, let's say you buy these for 260k and you put them for 2 gems instead, like I could do that right now, buy this lizard spirit, and I could go over here and create an offer with the lizard spirit that I just bought, just one, for 2 gems, and somebody's going to buy that very soon because it's a cheap price, and I'll have 1 gem for 260 gold, or 260,000 gold. So that's one way of looking at it. Another thing that you can look at is this. Let's say tier 9 items, normal, with nothing on them. So this is just a normal, expensive item. So let's say this one here. This is probably the most expensive single item in the game in terms of just like a normal tier 9 expensive item. You can buy them for 1.4 million. Gem price right now is 5 gems. So if you listed this for 5 gems, so you weren't even undercutting, you're just matching the price, and eventually it sells, which it probably will, you would get 4 gems back. So right now, the gem price on this item is 350,000 for each gem that you would get back out of it. So obviously that is incredibly expensive. This same item is 1.2 million. Same thing, you would get 4 gems back for it. So that might be a little bit better. It might be closer to 300k or 310k for that. So that's kind of how you check. Like that's normal. But also look at this. This is only 700k listed for 5 gems. So I could buy that right now, 756k. So I just bought a dinosaur spirit. Go over here, create offer. I could click on that dinosaur spirit, and you can, let's say, undercut him for 4 gems. So I'll get 3 gems really quickly. Maybe it'll even sell right away. So let's go back to that. So I just listed it for 4 gems. It cost me 700k. So I'm going to get 3 gems out of that. So those gems just cost me 250k each. So that's a lot better than 350k each. So that's kind of how you tell what the current gem ratio is. You look at the higher level items, the higher enchants, the different things, and from that you can really determine what the current gem ratio is. So that'll help you out. Let's look at chests really quick. So this chest here is 822,000. Its gem price is 4. So if you were to sell it for 4, you get 3 gems out of it. That's almost 300k per gem that it's costing you. So that's not as good of a deal. So you can just kind of look around the market and see. So if you're looking to make money on the market, let's say we take a look at components here. So these components here, the golden artifacts, are 189,000 right now. So these are the artifacts that you get from Lost City of Gold event. Really important. They're necessary to craft all the high level items, like the really good Lux items. So during the event, obviously there's a lot of supply. Everyone's making these things, everyone's doing the quests, everyone's getting them. So there's a lot of them. But when you get later in the month, there's not as many of them, so the price is going to go up. So this price here is the highest that they've ever been. The first time this event ever came out, the highest that they got to was like 70 or 80k. Nowadays, even during the event, they'll get as low as 70,000, and then they'll get up here. So if you're smart, you buy them during the event to the most that you can carry. You've got 70, buy them for 70,000. You wait 2 weeks and you can sell them for 190,000. Knowing what events do to the market is going to help you a ton in making more money. Let's say these right here are almost 80k right now, which is a really high price compared to normal. But if there's, let's say, a crafting event on, or something that makes it a lot easier to make a lot of items, or there's an incentive in making a lot of items, like the rarity chance is higher, a lot of people are going to be spending a lot of their energy crafting items. So you know that if that event is on, most likely components are going to go up in price because everyone needs them. It's obvious, supply and demand, buy low, sell high. It's just a normal market thing. If you know the prices, you know the normal, you know what happens when they go up and down, it's going to help you a lot in making money. But let's say these components, there hasn't been, a crafting event on recently. There's, let's say, a couple questing events. Lots of people are getting these things and they're down to 30,000 or 40,000, which happens all the time. The smart thing for you to do is buy as many as you can and then wait till they're 80,000 and then sell them. So you're making double your money minus taxes. So that's a way that you can make money. Another way, and I've mentioned it before, is knowing what certain items are going to do. So let's look at tier, I think 6, but I could be wrong. Forgive me if I am, and we'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm wrong. Tier 7, no, tier 5. There we go. Okay, so as you can see here, these green boots, that's necessary for one of the tier 9 items to craft it, unless you have it ascended, or unless you've crafted enough of them. So everyone's looking for these boots, and there's almost never an offer for gold. But if you ever see these green boots, let's say, for gold, buy them immediately, because you can either sell them for gems or you can sell them basically for max gold, because people are going to buy them right away. Something like this, it's 10,000. Sometimes people will put that up for 10,000 or 15,000 or 20,000. But this is something that even I need to craft items for tier 9. This is one of my components that I need. And so for me to go through 200 of these in a day, even if it's 5 times the price, is a completely normal thing. So you just keeping an eye on market, knowing what the prices are, knowing what high level players are going to need, knowing what events are going to do. If there's an event that's helping players get more components are going to go down in price. If there's an event that's requiring more components because it's crafting, they're going to go up in price. Just knowing what different things are going to do is going to help you to learn the market. Something else you can look at sometimes, and sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Let's say we look at tier 9 boots. I know these well just because I craft them all the time, so I know what the prices normally are. So here, I mean, this price is 4.5 million for one, and the gem price is 22. No one's ever going to pay 22 gems for these things. Like, it's just never going to happen. When they first came out, maybe, but right now they're not. Like, that gem ratio is what, 200k or less. So that's way lower than what it should be right now. And in my experience, even with me listing at that, nobody buys it and people just constantly undercut me. But sometimes, and I've seen this before. Let's say I saw this earlier today. So let me just show you. It might make me look stupid because it's not happening anymore. But okay, so this Bramblebane, I saw the lowest gold price earlier was 9 million, and the gem price was 11. And I know that sounds crazy, but there's just a huge difference there. And so if the gem price is 11 and the gold price is 9 million, that's like an 8-to-1 ratio or something. Like something crazy. So that's like 900k. Very few people are going to spend 9 million on something that they can only spend 11 gems on. But it's something that may happen. And so for you to even spend the 11 gems, make 9 million, and then spend that 9 million getting different gems, like that's a possibility for you to like use the market to your advantage and keep in mind what the prices are going to do. And some things will sell, some things won't sell. Some things will make sense, and sometimes things won't. Like the green bow and the blue bow here, they're only 1 gem difference, but one's almost double the price. But you got to keep in mind there's tax on each transaction. So even if you list for 2 gems, you're only going to get 1 gem back. If you list for 3 gems, you get 2 gems. If you list for 7 gems, you get 5. If you list for 6 gems, you get 5. So if anyone lists for 6 gems, you're really dumb because someone undercuts you and gets the same amount of gems as you. So just don't do that. You look dumb. That's kind of the majority of what I wanted to share. I want to go into depth at some point later on of how to make gems cost effectively. Like lately I've been finding really good deals where I'm able to convert gems really quickly. Like if you look at this, when I finished Lost City of Gold, I was at 0 gems. You saw that video, like one of my first videos that I ever made. I had none left. Literally, I had no gems left. And right now, a couple weeks later, I'm at 4,600. The only reason for that is because I used the market and I was able to buy gems at about 150k a piece when I found good deals, and I transferred over, what would that be, 600 or 700 mil into gems just so that I had them on hand. So when you learn the markets, you find good deals, you know what to look for, you know what events are going to do. It's going to help you a lot in making money and knowing what you're going to do. It takes experience, it takes time, you got to learn it. And I can't tell you everything, but hopefully this helps. And in the future, we'll talk about this quite a bit more. I hope you understand as well how to read what the current conversion rate for gems is and what you can get as a good deal and as not a good deal. So hopefully that at least helps you a little bit. And for newer players, I'm going to be making some videos soon about common mistakes that you make. But one of those things is spending your gems early. I mean, if you're spending your gems early on heroes, which you're going to end up re-rolling anyways at some point, don't do it, you know. And if you see here, I mean, if you're getting a low value on gems, it doesn't make any sense. If you wait until you can at least access a higher level chest or something in the market, and you can transfer that over and make 250k for each of your gems, that's going to be a lot more beneficial to you than spending them on something dumb. But I'll talk about that in depth very soon. don't want to get into that a whole lot. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Love to hear back from you. If you've got ideas for videos or feedback for me or questions, please don't hesitate to comment or reach out, and I'd love to talk. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon.